Module 5. The goal of this module is to ensure that you understand what happens around your first sale so that there are no surprises. This is the part that most people don't explain clearly, and as such, for beginners, they begin to panic when the money hits their account and it's not exactly the amount they were expecting. By the end of this module, you will understand where the money goes to and what is normal and also what you don't have control over. But you need to know and understand this again, that TikTok Shop is somewhat different from a traditional e-commerce platform like Etsy, eBay, Amazon, because on all these platforms, people are going with the intention to go and search for a product they want to buy. So they are able to compare prices because they are searching for a product to buy. However, on TikTok Shop, it's quite different. Buyers are not comparing listings, they are not comparing prices. They are there to interact and also react to the moment. They are reacting to what is happening in the moment, and that is when you are live or when they see your content demonstrating and displaying what it can offer them. And this is why the cheapest price does not always win on TikTok Shop, especially when you're selling on live. Your price needs to make sense. I mean, your price should be able to compete with the average price. Your price should be attractive and be reasonable enough to prompt impulse buying. Although it doesn't mean that your price should be the lowest. It doesn't have to be the lowest, but it should be reasonable. Every sale you make on TikTok Shop has different parts it is moving to. You have the product cost, you have shipping and fulfillment cost, you have platform fees, and sometimes you have affiliate commission. And trust me, none of these fees are penalties or mistakes. They are just fees that you pay for TikTok to distribute your content for sales. So TikTok Shop charges platform fees for processing and distribution of sales. And these fees are not fixed, they can change. So rather than just memorize the percentage and the amount, it is better, it's more important for us to know how to check them. There is a full breakdown inside the seller center where you are able to see what percentage is the commission of TikTok and all those things. Also, if you make a sale, you are able to see the breakdown on the other details, all the other information. There would be a breakdown of the deductions and how much you would get paid at the end of all the deductions. These fees replace ads, traffic costs, and upfront marketing spend. But one of the most common fees that surprise beginners is the affiliate commission. This is because many listings have affiliate commission turned on by default. So when you make your listing on TikTok Shop on the seller center, TikTok automatically puts on the affiliate commission. It is just by default. And if you're not aware, this is where many of us fell victim. What that means is that when you sell such a listing, such a product, TikTok will deduct the affiliate commission and pay it to the affiliate creator. And that money is deducted from your final payout. This is where most beginners get their loss on their first sale. When I started selling on TikTok Shop, I also did not adjust this commission and I didn't factor it into my selling price, and I felt it at my payout because eventually I did not make as much profit as I expected to make. And this is why it is very important for you to source from the right supplier, especially if you're sourcing from within the UK with very tight profit margin. You don't want to buy at a high price and not have competitive advantage with other sellers. So that is why you need to do some product research before you buy from a supplier. Try to check on TikTok Shop for the average price of the product you are about to buy, bearing in mind that the average selling price on TikTok Shop has already factored in the shipping fee, factored in any other commission, the platform fees. That would judge how much you're willing to buy it from the supplier, because you also have to put in all these extra costs into the final selling price. Factor in the cost of running ads on your platform, because in the long run you may want to run ads. So at the end of the day, you don't want to run at loss. When you buy from a supplier, you have put in your profit and this extra costs, so that when you're starting out, your product has a price that encompasses all of this, and later on you can adjust. If you have observed, most prices on TikTok shop are not fixed. Today the seller is running commission, is running flash sales. Another time they are giving vouchers, and that is because they have factored in all of this extra cost in their initial cost price. That's why it is flexible for them to change prices as they want. Is affiliate commission bad? No. It is the price that you pay for TikTok to distribute your content and eventually propel you to your first sale. And the good news is that affiliate commission is adjustable and it's even optional. So you see some product that they say they are not eligible for commission. So it's optional, and if you opt for it, you can adjust the percentage. So you inside the seller center is where you will adjust it. You just click on the more and it will take you to affiliate commission. You'll be able to adjust it to whatever you want. That is why big sellers don't fear affiliate. They price with them in mind. And if commission wipes out your profit margin, it's either your product is wrong or your pricing is wrong. It's not the fault of the affiliate at all. When you allow affiliate commission, people are able to use your product to make content on your behalf, and that further increases the content distribution and data that TikTok has about your products. And what that does is that TikTok continues to push your content harder to your target audience so that you're able to make sales. Now let's talk about shipping. TikTok Shop sometimes offer free shipping for listings above certain thresholds, or during campaigns when they are partnering with the seller. What that does is that free shipping increases conversion. It encourages viewers to buy at impulse. That's what it does, knowing quite well that I am buying at this price and I don't have to pay any additional cost for shipping. But the question is shipping actually free? The answer is no. Shipping is never really free. Someone pays for it. And most of the time, it is the seller who is responsible for paying shipping fee. Sometimes TikTok can subsidize it, especially when you partner with them during campaigns, like when you opt for campaigns to partner with TikTok Shop, they can pay part of the shipping. But trust me, most of the time, the sellers are the ones who pay for free shipping. What big sellers do is that they are never caught by surprise. They absorb this shipping fee, they put it into their cost price. They already factor shipping fee into their selling price. Now let's talk about fulfillment of orders. Orders can be fulfilled by 3 people, either TikTok or the seller or the seller's supplier. That's if you're drop shipping. You can just make the order to be fulfilled by the third party, which is the supplier, and you as the drop shipper. If TikTok does your shipping for you, what that means is that you have faster delivery and trust is increased, because the way buyers perceive things is like, if TikTok is the one shipping, they are more confident to buy from your shop. Or like if the seller is the one shipping, some buyers can be skeptical about reliability. But my point exactly is, even if TikTok does the shipping for you, you still have to pay them. You, the seller, would pay TikTok for their shipping, meaning that the shipping fee would be deducted from your payout. Now, if you are the one doing the shipping by yourself, you're fulfilling your order by yourself, it also comes with its own advantages, because you have control over your shipping. You can choose to opt for the next day delivery, and which can be faster than TikTok's delivery. You can do a 48-hour delivery. So you have control over how you want your order to be fulfilled. However, what happens when you begin to have orders in their numbers, like hundreds of orders in a day, thousands of orders in a day? Are you available to fulfill such number of orders? And that is when opting for TikTok fulfillment might be of more advantage when your orders begin to come in large number, because late or cancelled orders would destroy the momentum of your shop. Also, any error made during fulfillment of orders, during shipment, if you're fulfilling the order by yourself, you will take full responsibility for it, and sometimes the penalty is very daunting. I mean, I have had a similar experience where I put a wrong tracking number. I also need to say here that when you're fulfilling orders by yourself, you should be very careful not to use any fulfillment that has no tracking. Make sure it is tracked, because it is the tracking number from your logistics service that you're going to impute on that order on your TikTok seller center. And if you have opted for a delivery that has no tracking, that means there is no way you can track that shipment on TikTok. And what that means is the order is going to get delivered to the customer, but you will never get paid for it on TikTok Shop, because it would never be fulfilled on TikTok Shop where you have no tracking number. That way you will get paid for that delivery, and it's wrong of you to start contacting your seller outside of TikTok Shop. Some of them will tell you they don't know you. It can be very embarrassing. So any mistake you make, the responsibility falls on you. For instance, you make mistakes with weighing, you have maybe sent out a product with the wrong weight and the delivery is prolonged, or maybe you have imputed a wrong tracking number on an order and it gets disrupted. All these things can cost you a lot. In fact, you can get penalized for these things. So if you're not ready mentally to take such responsibilities, I would advise that you just stick to TikTok fulfillment. Let me also mention that your first sale is not about profits. First sale is a proof that your setup is working, your content is working. So it means that proof comes first, validation of the structure you have built around your shop. The first sale validates it that it is working. Now, where profit comes in is when you begin to optimize, when you begin to sell more, you begin to stock more, there is constant demand for your products. That is where profit comes in. So after your first sale, what you need to focus on is fulfillment, consistency, and observation. You begin to observe. Don't rush to change everything. Instead, let TikTok continue to gather and collect your data to build momentum. However, if you have done all of this, you have been consistent, pushing enough content, and doing everything right, but you don't make sales, I want you to consider this as feedback and not failure. You haven't failed. The lack of sales simply means feedback. Maybe you don't have the right product for the platform. Maybe people don't really need the product after all. And that is why you shouldn't invest too much in product as a beginner. Do not buy too many products. Just buy as many as you think for testing, because this is a testing phase.